Hello everyone, this is Creative Now channel and welcome to another episode of Google Workspace tips and tricks. In this episode, we are going to share with you Google Sites and also some other website builders that might suit your need on building your own website. So let's get started. As you all know, there's a lot of options out there for you to build your own website, ranging from the full stack developer to some of the website builder that requires zero programming knowledge to build your website. So today I'm going to list a few famous website builder that you could choose from to build your own website. So these are the WordPress, Wix, SquareSpace, Blogspot, and also Google Sites. The first thing that you would like to consider before choosing the platform to build your website is that you need to set an objective for the website. For example, are you going to build a static website that shows your company information? Or is it a website that posts some new latest document stuff or blog posts? Or is it a website that you are selling your products, which we call e-commerce? Static website means that there will be only little changes on the website after it's being published. So usually we'll put those official company website or your portfolio page or introduction information website page and categorize it as a static website. I'm going to separate this video into two parts. The first part consisting of the pros and cons for each website building platform, and for the second part, I'm going to recommend you which building platform that's suitable for you based on your objective of building your website. The first website building platform that I'm going to introduce you is what we call full stack developer. It means that you or the developer will be building the website from scratch or even from a template. For this option, it will be very pricey because the developer or you requires a lot of effort to build the website from scratch. In other words, for this option, you will have an advantage because the whole website will be building based on your objective and also your requirement for functions and features in the website. So you can integrate a lot of stuff such as payment or logistics function into your website. The pricing for this option would range from around 6k RM to few hundred thousands based on your functions and features requirement. Next, I'll share with you on the WordPress. So basically, WordPress powers 40% of internet's website. And there's two types of WordPress that most of the people might confuse on. The first one would be WordPress.com and the second one would be WordPress.org. So what's the difference between these two WordPress? You might be able to search the difference between these two WordPress, and in this video I'll cut it short. So basically, WordPress.com is that you are going to host your WordPress into the WordPress.com server. So for a free tier, they're only going to provide you some free templates and basic functions. And if you would like to get some plugins or additional features or even customize your domain name, then you might need to subscribe to their upgrade plans. For WordPress.org, it is an open source project that you could install in your server. In other words, you will need to rent or buy a server to host your website, your WordPress, inside the server. And this requires some monthly maintenance fees from the server providers. The good part about using WordPress is that you only requires minimal level of programming language knowledge to build your own website, because it employs plug and play features which they call plugin to build your website. For example, if you require a membership functions in your website, then you can install some memberships plugin to your website. However, please note that these plugins, some of them might be free and some of them might have free tier and also a paid versions. And if you are trying to build an e-commerce website, WordPress would be very suitable to you because you can install a plugin called WooCommerce, which is free in WordPress. So with this WooCommerce plugin, you can customize your shop and add products easily inside your shop without any programming knowledge. Other than that, there's a lot of free templates out there for you to choose and theme for your website to install with. So you can just click away to install the template or theme, which is very easy for you to maintain your website. And the other thing is that the SEO, which stands for Search Engine Optimization, is very powerful for WordPress. So it means that if you are using WordPress to build your website, comparing to other website builders, you will be very likely to appear in Google Search, top of the Google search page, comparing to using other website building platform. Pricing wise, for WordPress.com, which you host your website under WordPress.com's server, then it will be ranging from $4 per month to $45 per month to upgrade your WordPress to include some of the additional function features or even linking your custom domain. And if you are going for WordPress.org, you will be needing a server for you to build your WordPress website. And to rent a server or from the server providers, you can look for HostGator, Bluehost, GoDaddy on WordPress hosting. Personally, I would prefer Exabyte WordPress hosting, which they have a very good support and also performance on the website. And they are giving out promotions to WordPress hosting starting from RM $10 per month to RM $120 per month on the WordPress hosting. So basically the plans varies and the pricing varies based on the requirement for your website, such as the storage space and other stuff as well. So if you are a starter on building a website, then I would recommend you to get the starter pack, which is only $10 per month WordPress hosting from Exabyte. You can use my affiliate links on the description below if you don't know where to find a server for your WordPress hosting. Next, let's talk about Wix. So Wix has been a very good what you see is what you get website building platform since their launch. Basically, it means that you require zero programming knowledge to build website in Wix. So if you compare Wix with WordPress, Wix would require totally zero programming knowledge to build your website, whereas for WordPress, you might need some knowledge on the website building to further customize your website. Wix also uses plug and play methods to add any additional functions or features into your website. Having to say that Wix has a lot of functions and features that users plug and play to build your website, it becomes more complicated for a newbie to build their website on Wix. You will need some practice and also some practical to build the website in Wix if you are going for Wix as your website building platform. There's a lot of functions and features available in Wix, such as you can build an e-commerce website totally out from Wix, or even integrate some blog inside your website using Wix. However, Wix pricing method is that for a free plan, if you are using it for free, then they'll have some Wix advertisement on your website, and you will not be able to link it to your custom domain. So if you are going to remove the Wix ads or linking your website to a custom domain, then you have to subscribe to their premium plan, which pricing ranging from $4.50 USD to up to $35 USD per month. You can refer to the link that I stated below for more information about the Wix pricing. Both Squarespace and Wix also requires no programming knowledge required to build your website, and Squarespace wise is relatively easier and simpler to use. Having to say that, there's also limited functions or features in the Squarespace comparing to Wix. However, some of the main core functions such as e-commerce would be still available in Squarespace. Talking about pricing, Squarespace is a paid website building platform, which means that there's no free tier for you to build your website. You could only have some trial in the website building platform. So users will be required to subscribe to their premium plan ranging from 12 USD per month to 40 USD per month. Next, we'll talk about Blogspot. So basically, Blogspot is a product from Google very long time ago, and the main objective for Blogspot as your website building platform is that you could post a lot of blog posts, news, or whatever stuff to your website easily. There's also a lot of paid and free themes out there for you to install in your Blogspot. The advantage of using Blogspot is that you can integrate Google AdSense easily, which means that you can earn money easily from your blog if you have huge amount of traffic coming to your website. Of course, if you require further customization of your Blogspot website, then you might need some programming knowledge of HTML, CSS, or even JavaScript to customize it. So I should say that it's not totally zero programming knowledge required for building a Blogspot website. Another good thing about Blogspot is that you could use it for free, so there's no paid plans for using Blogspot. It only requires you to have a Google account that will be linking, or that would use to link your Blogspot. And yes, you could use your custom domain to link it to your Blogspot for free too. Lastly, I'll be sharing Google Sites. So basically, Google Sites is the latest Google products introduced to help users to create a website easily with zero programming knowledge. Previously, there's a version of Google Site which now we call Classic Google Sites. So basically, these Classic Google Sites have some function and features, but the user interface for building a website in the Classic Google Site is very, I should say, lousy and slightly more complicated. So Google after that come out with a new platform to build your website, which what we call Google Sites on the new Google Sites, and they are deciding to move everyone from the Classic Google Sites to the new Google Sites. So basically, you will not be able to use the Classic Google Sites to build your website for now. The new Google Sites is indeed a great website builder for you to build your own website. it is something like Wix, which is what you see is what you get. So basically you does not require any programming knowledge to build the whole website. And the good part of it is completely free. So the only requirement is that you'll need a Gmail account or Google Drive to host your Google sites. And it is completely free to use, and you have a free choice to connect your own domain or custom domain name to your Google sites. However, there's some limitations on the Google site, which the Google sites has very less customization and also some limited features on the Google sites. Having to say that, Google site is not optimized for you to build an e-commerce or Blogspot website on using the Google sites. However, it is very great if you are building a static website, and it's very easy to use. So if you are looking for building website with Google sites and you are not sure how to link your custom domain to your Google sites, we'll introduce you to that part on the next episode. So let's come to the second part of this video. I'm going to recommend you on different website building platforms based on your objective of building your website. If you are looking for an e-commerce website which you are going to sell your products in your website, then I'm going to recommend you to go for a full stack development if you have that budget. Or if you are going to do it yourself without much programming knowledge, then I will recommend you to go for the WordPress choice to build your e-commerce website. Of course, you can also consider Wix, which requires no programming language to build your e-commerce website, given you have some amount of budget to build the website, because you need to subscribe to their e-commerce plan. Also, there's some alternative if you are going to use Google Site as your e-commerce website. You can look for eSuite software that you can embed the e-commerce part of eSuite to your Google sites. Or another choice is that you can open your shop in Lazada or Shopee and then link it from your Google sites. So that's some alternative that I could think of if you are selecting Google Sites as your website platform builder. Next, if you are looking for a blogging platform, then the choice would be very clear. So you can go for WordPress if you like your blog to be more visible or at the top of Google's search page. Or if you don't want to fork any money, then go for Blogspot. Of course, you could also select Wix as your website building platform if you have some budget and you don't have any programming knowledge of building the website. And lastly, if you are looking to build a static website that introduces your company or yourself, it's like a portfolio website or your company official website, then all of the website building platform that I've introduced would suit your need. In summary, go for Google Sites if you are looking for a totally free and no maintenance fee website building platform. Select Blogspot if you are trying to update a blog or publishing some blog posts without any fees. Select WordPress if you are looking for a better visibility on Google search page, and go for a full stack development if your website requires many customization functions and features. And if you have some budget, go for Wix if you don't want to deal with any programming. And last but not least, make sure to include your future plans into part of the objective of building your website, because it will require some time, or maybe you'll need to build it from scratch all over again if you're trying to migrate from one website building platform to another. Hope this video helps, and we'll see you on the next episode.